My memory of Marty was Marty coming into
Dr.
my office
Katzen
right
and
after
I
I
go a
started,
long, long
probably
way.
within
Have
a year
a
after I
couple
started.
of
We have the
ways.
pleasure of
Always
And
teaching,
saying to me
smile
how
for
great
Joshua.
it was
Professor Marty
And
Martin Katzen. Martin, the loving son. Martin, the devoted brother. Martin, the brilliant professor. Martin, the beloved teacher. Martin, the handball champion. Martin, the adoring father and grandfather. Martin, the creative storytelling uncle. Martin, the comedian. Dr. Martin Katzen was a brilliant mathematician, but his focus was always on teaching and his students and never the spotlight. His teaching techniques were masterful, and he was never once condescending or patronizing. A phenomenal handball player and racquetball champion he was. Even when he played his brother with his left hand, even though he was a righty, he still always won. He was even ranked number 1 in the country with his friend Marty the Cawthor. A family man Martin Katzen definitely was. He drove 12 straight hours to visit his family in Charlotte for a weekend to delight his grandchildren. From telling them fantastical adventures to later tutoring them in AP Physics and Calculus, Martin was well enjoyed by his family. Martin has taught others to have confidence in each other. He taught them to find the opportunities and potential of others while also finding those same qualities in ourselves. He was not just a great asset to EOP, but he was a great asset to the NJIT community and all those who were around him, most especially his family and his students.
Okay, my memory of Marty was Marty coming into my office right after I'd started, probably within a year after I started, and saying to me how great it was that I was doing what I was doing, and of course how great it was that EOP was doing what it needed to be doing. But even more importantly, he said to me, there are just some thoughts that he had, and of course his thoughts, by the way, were totally different from what I had planned, relative to the summer program and the math program and all that. And it was so funny to have him just, he came in the office, he was really, really nice, he was really humble about it. But by the time he finished talking, and even notwithstanding the fact I made my little presentation, I was doing what Marty wanted to do, and I thought, how'd that happen? I mean, that's the kind of guy he is, though. Is that you once you engage that conversation, once you get inside his conversation, you end up doing what Marty wants to do, and from that point forward, I thoroughly enjoyed going out to lunch with Marty. Of course, we would go like to the moon to go to lunch, or going across to Rutgers, which I thought was always funny, and not either NJIT, or just having him walk in the door, because I knew the moment he was walking in the door, I'd pick up a piece of paper and start saying, okay, this is what Marty wants to do, and it would always turn out well. So that's the one thing that I miss more than anything else, is looking at that doorway and not seeing him walk through and telling us what we need to do for the program. Thank you.
Dr. Katzen and I go a long, long way. He was a wonderful man. He always came in with a smile, called me Joshi. And we had one thing in common, our grandchildren. He always stopped by my desk and asked me how my granddaughter was doing, and how I would ask him how his grandchildren were doing. He's going to be really, really missed.
just want to have a couple of words to say about Dr. Katzen. My encounter with Dr. Katzen started about 8 years ago when I started here at NJIT, and has always been a wonderful experience to have worked with Dr. Katzen. I have never met anyone so passionate about students in general, especially the EOP students. It has been a wonderful, wonderful experience. He was very special because Amanda, my daughter, had Dr. Katzen, and he will always see me and say, "How is Amanda doing?" And I know that she's so intelligent, and I know she's gonna do so well. So we lost a very, very wonderful, gentle, caring person, and my only regret was that I really didn't have a chance to tell him how I felt. And so to the family, I guess I have the opportunity to tell you that he was wonderful, a wonderful person, and he will definitely be missed.
The memory that comes to mind about Dr. Katzen is his passion for EOP students and the program. He fought hard to make sure that students were placed in the correct course. He didn't hesitate to tutor them outside the classroom. He believed that each student had the potential to succeed if given the opportunity. Marty loved the program, loved working with the staff, and would often suggest how we should duplicate the program for the university. Marty's spirit is among us, and it is felt deeply. I will miss you, Marty.
I only had the pleasure of having Dr. Katzen for my EOP summer last year in 2012, but it was someone that just, you had a short time with him, but you could realize that there was so much that he lived through, and there was so much that he had to give, and that he presented it so well, and that he loved his job, he loved everyone that he interacted with, and he was just someone who had so much to offer and did it so well. And I am deeply saddened by the fact that I didn't have that much time with him, but there is nothing that I would give back to throw back that time that I had. And I'm really glad that he was one of the people that I was able to meet at NJIT. And there's no one around here that I will regard as highly as I did.
These are comments about Professor Marty Katzen, who is one of the most dedicated teachers here at NJIT. His understanding of mathematics the teaching of mathematics was excellent. But more important than that was his compassion for our students, his understanding of the background of our students, how not unlike himself started from meager means and had the ambition to do good things, great things in the area of science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. Over the years, I had the opportunity to spend time talking with Marty about the pedagogy of mathematics, about the efforts, tactics, techniques he was willing to try in order to improve our students' learning. He realized that it was a partnership between the student and the faculty member. The faculty member attempting to teach and our students working equally hard, attempting to learn. And it was because he understood the teaching and learning of mathematics that he was so successful, in my opinion, in teaching some of our students who came rather underprepared to do well here at NJIT, and yet they turned out to be star students because of Professor Marty Katzen. I thank you very much.